Aphasia is a language disorder that currently affects over 1 million people, with 80,000 cases added per year. The term aphasia literally means without language, and it comes in two forms, fluent aphasia and non-fluent aphasia. So what's the difference? It's all about the brain. Aphasias occur in the language center of the brain. That's in the left hemisphere. Important language landmarks include Broca's area, for language production, Wernicke's area, for language comprehension, and the supramarginal and angular gyrus, also for language comprehension. Non-fluent aphasias occur in the anterior part of the brain. But fluent aphasias occur with damage to the posterior portion of the brain's language center. Generally, this means that a person with aphasia will have intact language production, they can speak fluently, but limited language comprehension. Their speech doesn't make sense. Fluent aphasia can manifest in 4 distinct disorders: Wernicke's aphasia, Transcortical sensory aphasia, conduction aphasia, and anomic aphasia. Each of these types of fluent aphasia involves some combination of impaired auditory comprehension and/or ability to repeat words. Let's take a look. Patients with Wernicke's aphasia have both impaired auditory comprehension and word repetition. This means that they might have a difficult time following directions or assigning meanings to words. They also have a difficult time repeating back what they hear. A person with Wernicke's aphasia might say something like, "I found the salad on the building and walked across the stairs." A patient with transcortical sensory aphasia has impaired auditory comprehension, but intact word repetition. This means that while a patient might have a difficult time matching words with meanings, he is still able to repeat things with accuracy and understands their content. A patient with transcortical sensory aphasia might accidentally interchange words of similar content. For example, "I'm walking the cat." A patient with conduction aphasia has intact auditory comprehension, but impaired word repetition. This means that the patient understands the words coming in, but has a hard time repeating them back. If a clinician asked a patient with conduction aphasia to repeat words, it might sound something like this. Say television, velitision. Say Monday, unday, Monday, Dunday, Monday. A patient with anomic aphasia has both intact auditory comprehension and word repetition abilities. This means that the patient often has a hard time finding the correct words spontaneously. Frequently, patients with anomic aphasia will say something like, "Hang on, let me think of the word." So what causes fluent aphasia? Infections can spread to the brain through the bloodstream to contaminate the brain. Just as lesions, as from a traumatic brain injury, can impair important language areas, but most frequently fluent aphasia is caused by a stroke. When the middle cerebral artery is no longer able to bring blood to important language areas, they become damaged. This means that middle-aged and older people, those who are more susceptible to stroke, are more likely than others to acquire a fluent aphasia. How can we prevent fluent aphasia? The best prevention is a healthy lifestyle to prevent a stroke from occurring. A good diet and regular exercise can go a long way in keeping the body and brain healthy. The good news is that treatments for this disorder are available. Typically, a fluent aphasia is diagnosed during a neurological exam, at which point a speech-language pathologist is referred. Treatment involves strengthening the words and networks currently in place while also helping to create compensatory strategies. Improvement is likely, but variable. For more information about fluent aphasias, visit www.aphasia.org.